we know that there are different types of psulim regarding the Dalet Minim. There's a psul which Torah says that Kachlan Pri Eitz Hodo, a Pri is something which makes the Dalet Minim Hodo, makes it look beautiful. Beautiful does not mean what we treat beautiful, but the Torah has its criteria, its definition of what's called Hodo. And we have a psul of Lochem. One of the things is there has to be the first day's Yontif, the Lulav has to belong to you. If you borrow a Lulav somewhere else, it's not kosher. There's another psul which is called the psul of Lekachtem, the Gemara Darshan said be Lekichotamo. The psul of Lekichotamo, we see soon what it involved, which halachas which comes out from this halach of Lekichotamo, which psulim will learn out from over there. And some of these psulim apply all the Yontif of Sukkot, and some of these halachas apply only for the first day in Eretz Yisrael, and the Chutz Loretz the first 2 days. In Eretz Yisrael, this year, the prices of Dalet Minim technically should be much cheaper than in regular years, because many of the psulim will not apply. In Chutz Loretz, unfortunately, we have the second day Yontif, which has the same halach as the first day Yontif, so V'meila, we still have to buy these Dalet Minim. However, we'll see soon that there are some leniencies regarding Yontif Sheni. So again, we have psulim for Lachem. The halach for Lachem is clear. The halach for Lachem applies only the first day Yontif. The second day Yontif, this halacha does not apply. The Chalamoid does not apply. Only Chutz Loretz is first and second day. The same thing in the Chutz Loretz, Chalamoid Lachem is no problem. The psul from Hoda is a machloikus Rishayim. Whether the psul from Hoda applies all 7 days or only the first 2 days. The Bechab Shitta, the Rambam Shitta is it does not passel, so the Sfardim have an easy time. We are machmer like the Ramah that psul from Hoda, we choish for the Rishonim hold psul Hoda applies for all 7 days. What of the psul for Lekichetame? Lekichetame applies only the first 2 days. First day and second day in Chutz Loretz, Lekichetame. The other days, Lekichetame does not apply. Now, which psulim fall under the halach of Lekichetame? Lekichetame means has to be something sholem, has to be tam, has to be complete. Right. Now, if we have a chesoren in an esrik, have a beautiful esrik, but a little bit chipped off over there. So is that kosher or not? So esrik which is choser is one of the psulim and choser. Is one of the psulim of esrik. Is a psul of Lekichetame. However, it's only possible the first 2 days. So Mefurish Gemara, the Gemara says something which is hard to believe, but the Gemara says that Rab Chanina, after he used the first 2 days Yontif, his esrik, so on Chalamoid, he cut off part of the esrik, and he had he ate it up, and then he used the rest for the esrik to be yoitze with it. And understand why that somebody should do this today, but that's what the Gemara says very clear, that the psul from esrik hachoser is kosher b'shar yomim. So you see that the psul for Lekichetame does not apply the other days Yontif. Now, what's the shir from Choser? What is the shir for the first? This is Chalamoid. What's the first 2 days Yontif? What's the shir from Choser that you passel in an esrik? So there's 2 days of Shulchan Aruch. One day holds that the shir is kolshu, and one shir holds that Choser has to be a shir ke'isa. Issa is the size of a coin. Exactly. What is shir but? Isa. Penny, a dime, whatever. But it's definitely more than a kol shu. Usually we don't have the shir ki isa, choser ki isa is not very shir b'chlal. But choser kol shu, you'd have a lot, something which is choser. So the first day Yontif, we have a machloikus 2 days, whether choser kol shu is posed or not, so one cannot make a broch on that. So Mishabur comes along and it says that Yontif Sheni, one could make a brocha on a esrik which is a sofik choser. On an esrog which is chose kolshu. A esrog which is chose kolshu, which is a little chipped off from there. So Mishnah Berurah says that a Yontif Sheni, one could make a broch on that. Why is that? He said because we have a concept of a svek. You have a double sofek. You have a double data be a svek. Because it could be that the Shia Chos is possible only when every Shia Ke'isa doesn't pass. The other sofek is Yontif Sheni. Yontif Sheni is always a sofek. The reason why we hold 2 days Yontif, it's always on 1 day. We don't know which way is Yontif. Maybe the first day, maybe the second day. So it's against only a sofek. We treat it like the first day, but it's a suffix. So once we have a svek, so b'meila one could make a brocha even on such a chosek kolshu. So that would be the leniency that we would have this year. Because even though we go to the store this year, you usually go to buy, so you're going to buy for the second yontif, you're going to buy 2 esrog, you're going to buy esrog for the first yontif also. But this year it falls out on Shabbos, that you don't take an esrog the first day anyways. So when you take the esrog on the second day, Yontif Sheni, so if you have a chosek kolshu, then one could make a broch on that. What? Kapchila. I don't know, but you can bargain the price. Now another halacha, which is also negeya, also is regarding the people are very makpid. And sometimes you see people that are coming into a store and they're really not so sure exactly what they're supposed to look for. And they look for lulav. They see everybody's looking, the lulav should be a closed lulav. Now it's important to know that what is the chumrah and what's mikadeh, and how much you should make yourself crazy for what and for what. A closed lulav is a hiddah which the Ramah really brings that down. The psul from a closed lulav is a psul of lekicha tama. As we mentioned before, lekicha tama. The same as an esrog achosa is possible. So a lulav, which the tumus is the middle leaf, right? That's the tumus. So if that middle leaf is nechlak, is being split. If that's being split, nechlak hatumus, that's a psul of lekicha tama. See, for some reason you lost your lulav, and you're going to buy chalamoid and lulav, don't bother finding a lulav with closed lulav, because you don't have to do that. Because the chalamoid, lekicha tama, is not a paisel bechlal. So don't, even if it's completely split till the end, there's not a problem. You could use such a lulav. Now,
how far down?
So most poskim hold that there's different opinion over here. Most opinion holds that's nechlak kuloi or maybe rubai. There's a question. Some hold you can make a brocha by nechlak rubai. Even most of that tumus is rubai. Some hold you can make a brocha, and unless it's nechlak kuloi. A machme for a day that holds that nechlak even kolshu. So it's a chumra to be machme to find such a lulav, but it's a chumra gedoyle ma'oid. Because it's a very nice thing. Ramah brings that down. I'm not away, but to make yourself mishuga, to find such a lulav, and the lulav itself is dry like anything, like you whenever, right? So that is definitely not a hiddah. You definitely, in the scale of what you should try to find in a hiddah, if you find a lulav, a beautiful, nice, green, fresh lulav, this is a greater hiddah than finding a closed lulav. And especially this year, because as mentioned before, this year, we don't take the lulav first day. We only take it the second day. The second day is the same way the Mishnah Berurah makes a cheshbon, that when you have a machloikas, right, the only reason why we make a closed lulav is because there is some kind of an opinion that holds the problem if it's not closed. Most days don't hold like that. So now when it's Yontif Sheni is a sofik chalamoid, and chalamoid is not a problem bichlal of having a nechlak hatumas. So if you buy something for Yontif Sheni, again, if you could find something closed and beautiful, it's fine. But again, don't buy a lulav that looks so shabby, so nebby, so it looks like a lulav, and just because it's closed.
How open is it allowed to be? Is there a problem
again, the Mishnah Berurah brings the Chayur brings the top 10 tefach, the Taz brings up the tefach, and the Chayurim says Kapchil should be closed completely.
No, so I'm saying according to the sheet that it's not going to include, so it's a tefach. So this year we have up to a tefach.
You have more than that. You have more than that. You have till Ruboy. Maybe
the whole
Lulav. What?
The whole Lulav?
Down to the Shedra. Down to the Shedra. Right. What?
Till the Shedra? Or
till the Shedra? No, not the Shedra. No, till the Shedra.
Till the Shedra.
Yeah. The tumus is the leaf from end of the Shedra. Shedra is not a leaf. What?
You use the Lulav.
Sure. Okay, fine. Is this possible or kosher?
Yeah.
We don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. So, we'll find out soon.
Make it just 1%.
Okay, so this would be the tumus. Right, so the shedra starts over, the shedra goes still over here. The shedra goes still over here. Over here the tumus starts. Right, it's because the middle leaf, right, till the top. So we look over here, so this is nice and open. Very nice open. So it must be Kollel one, Kollel one. Definitely more than the tefach. This is not Rabbi. It's not Rabbi. So you could definitely make a broch on such a lulav. Right? So if it's nice, if it's green, maybe.
The first day not.
Yeah. So if it's nice and green, you could definitely make a broch on that.
But if the
right?
first day was not Shabbos this year, then not. You wouldn't be waiting on that.
Again, you're allowed to make a broch on it. Shabbos said you could make a brocha. It's a bigger hidder to try to find something which is more close than that.
Is
right?
there a problem with Hemlik the second?
Wait 1 second, then get to this. Very good. That's the next thing I was mentioning. There's another halacha which finds in Hilchos Lulav, which is called a hemnik. A hemnik means that the tumus finishes like a fork. Finishes something like that. Now, the question is, what does that mean? What does it mean like a fork? Is a fork that really looks like that? Or like, could be a mini fork? To what extent? So the Levush Hasrot brings that even people should be machmeh, that even a small hemnik is also a problem. But many poskim hold that even when you have a small hemnik, which many times you're going to look at the end of the tumus, what's called the small hemnik is when it looks like the leaf are spreading apart from each other. Not just not lying one on top of each other, but they looking like they going to a different direction. Only then we have a problem. But if they both are going the same direction, even though, let's say, something will finish up like this, that would not be called a hemnik. Now again, the psul from hemnik is a psul of lekicha tama. So if you find, if you're going to buy a lulav on chalamoid, for some reason your lulav broke, lost it, and you're buying a lulav on chalamoid, you don't have to bother with the hemnik, it's fine, because chalamoid, there's no problem of lekicha tama. Again, this year is Yontif Sheni, we don't take the first day. So mele the shailas and hemnik, which normally some people get very nervous exactly, not every person has some different criteria exactly, what exactly is the shi of hemnik, what's called a small fork, but since it's not very clear b'chlal that there's a problem, and it's Yontif Sheni, so this year one could be much more lenient in the shailas, what's considered the hemnik, what's not considered the hemnik. So if it's a vada hemnik, a vada, you don't take that. If it looks like a fork, something like this, you wouldn't take that. But if it's like very minute, very small, so one could take such a lulav on at least Yontif Sheni. A lot of times what you have in a lulav is you have two tumus. If you have two tumus, that means that sometimes the tumus we mentioned before is the middle leaf. If you all leaf, you have the middle leaf. But sometimes you'll find that these two leaves, it finishes off with two tumus. Suppose a twin tumus. Now, what's the halachas regarding a twin tumus? So there's a machlokes, the Mishnah Berurah and the Chazon Ish. The change over here, the Chazon Ish is more mekel than the Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah holds it is a problem. So whatever nechlek means, let's say, some of the case where nechlek mikadin is like the nechlek kuloi, nechlek ruboy, right, the whole tumus. So if you have one of these tumors, even though the other tumors is fine, then the Mishnah Berurah holds a problem. Chazon Ish holds that you could be mekel, but the Mishnah Berurah holds that one should be machmeh.
So each one of those leaves, according to the Mishnah Berurah, have to be closed.
The two tumors.
Yeah, but not. What about the four things together have to be closed also? Between the two leaves, it's also split. That doesn't.
No, that doesn't matter.
Right.
We pass like this, going not like we hold like that. With his face split, it's fine. Right. Now, important things. Could I to mention that because I find that in all the shilas that one can have in Lulav, I think this is one of the most common shilas that we get. And even hemnitz b'derech klal, most of the times it's okay. But one of the things that one should be careful when you look for the tumors, sometimes people don't realize that the halacha is that the ole yechidi is possible. If the tumor is a single leaf, it's possible. Now sometimes when you look from over here, it looks like it bends over. If you check it carefully, you'll see it just about bends over. In order to be considered a tumor, and not the ole yechidi is a single, tumor is a double leaf. If you have a single leaf, it's not enough. Most of the time, you're not going to see from looking at the outside, you're not going to chap bichlal that there's a problem of ole yechidi. In order not to be ole yechidi, it has to cover at least a roif of the width of the other ole. Right? It means like this. If you have the ole, right, this would be the tumors. Right? So you shadows over here. So this would be the tumors. So if it covers only partially, if it's a meat, if it doesn't cover the roif of the width of the other one, that is an ole yechidi. And there's one of a very common shilas which I come across all the time. People don't realize there could be a shilah from a paslis. According to the Shittas Ramor holds that the tumor is the problem. There's an ole yechidi. One cannot make it work on that. So again, there's something to pay attention to this. This is the shilas which is an ole yechidi, which could be possible all 7 days also. It's not so partial in the person, but it could be this is a psul that could pass all the 7 days also. So that's something to be very careful. Sometimes you could have, you're going to think that it's two tumors and it's really one tumor. It looks like it's a W. Sometimes it comes in a little bit and goes out again, and it comes like goes out like this. So you don't. It's not possible. It's not considered like two tumors and each one doesn't cover more. It's considered like one tumor, which is that an irregular shape of a W. But this is kosher. But if you really have an ole yechidi,
the W is good.
Yeah, W is good. It's not open. It's closed. Like it's one tumor.
There's two ole yechidis.
It's not ole yechidis. No, if it's connected like it's one, that's just considered like one.
Even if it's split down the middle of those two leaves.
No, it's not split. If it's split, then phenechlical.
So in the case of the W, you really have four leaves attached? Like
Four parts, four panels.
Four panels? Like
Four panels, but...
if you split them all open, it'll be four things. Four.
Right. If it comes, it just has been split open, that would be a lot from phenechlical.
So does that apply the rest of the Yom Tov besides Yom Tov Rishon also?
It could apply the other days also.
It's kosher, but then
Yeah.
then you have to change downtown.
Well, if what?
So saying you had the W, it was fine, it was
Right.
close.
Right, and then it
now you have
opens
to
up.
open
It opens up the shalom for nechliko, so that's good. And nechliko is, that's
the
good.
most
Other days
common
are kosher.
tool by Etrog that you find?
So the shalom by Esrogim, the psul from an esrik, the psul from the esrik is in Etrog they're much more machmer than in Chutz Loretz regarding the cleanness of the Esrogim. Al Pidin, if you have black dots, so if you have one black dot on the choitem, the problem. If you have a green dot, if you have a red dot, or a white dot,
Black
those are
dot is a problem because it's chaser, no?
not choser. No, choser. It's a number. This is a shinemara. Shinemara passes. If you have it, choitem is where it starts to narrow to go up, or like it's called the nose of the esrog, where it starts to go an angle. What?
Goes like this.
Yeah, when it starts to get narrow, to start to slant off.
Mashu?
What?
Mashu, black dot?
On the choitem we pass the mashu also. Now, what's considered the mashu? The post can say what?
Do you know the bottom is that whole part from where it starts to narrow?
Yeah, this machlok is different opinions. Like we're machmer that whenever it starts to go towards the top, sometimes you can have on one side it's higher than the other one. Whatever it starts to angle up towards the nose, that is the choitem. Now, even though we say that the shinemara kolshu on the choitem is a problem, but it doesn't mean that you look at it like this. You hold it like this. You hold it from distance, and it has to be noticeable right away. The fact that you look closely and then you put it away and you see it, that doesn't mean that it's something which is noticeable. It means if for the first time you see it and right away it hits you, that's a problem. Now, the reason why I said that, and it's hold much more machmer than in Chutz Loretz, because Rav Moshe held at most of, again, you can't say on all the psulim is not the problem of shinumara, the up psulim shinumara, but many of the cases, because otherwise today you're not going to find a clean esrog. It's very hard to find. Rabbi Moshe held that all the maras, which are maras regilem, anything which is normal to find in esrogim, or not considered maris. So if you find something that all the esrogim have these type of dots, this is not called a mari posel. That's Shit Rabbi Moshe. I'm playing with passings like that also. That is called. There seem to be more machma on that. But in Yichus Loretz, any person I think holds like that, and the chiddush is that we said before that the psul of hoda is something which has to be nikkel ayin, something that you see without looking carefully. So when what?
Where do the magnifying glasses?
Yeah, you don't look magnifying glasses. You don't look at magnifying glass. This in psul von lekiche tame, for instance, in psul von lekiche tame, that halacha. Even if you see lachas boinus would be a problem, but when I say a problem from chosa, even chosa kolshu, even lachim would also would be a problem. But the problem is a problem from hoda. The problem from hoda, because now beauty is only because you see it. So mainly the poskim say that even though it works as a kula, but it works as a chumra also, because a mare posel is a mare we said before is black. How about brown? Brown is not the mare posel. So what's going to be if it looks to you like black, but if you look carefully, you see that it's brown. So the masham taina, there'll be a problem, because the kula becomes now the chumra. If we're saying that the hoda is measured what's nira la'ayin, if it looks to you at the first glance, it looks to you like it's black, so even though I live with the emes, it's brown, it's not all what I live with the emes, it's all what it looks to you. So sometimes this is a kula, and sometimes this is a chumra.
What about the black dots on the pitum?
On the flesh of the pitum itself is a problem. On the wood itself is some kilim there.